Hey y'all, welcome to our channel. My name is Tracy and I'm the keeper of the home here at 4D Farms, where we are all about faith, family, home, and farm, and in that order. And we're kind of like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. So y'all just come on in, grab a seat, take a look, and have a listen, because you don't want to miss a thing. Hey y'all, welcome to today's video. I'm Tracy, I'm the keeper of the home here at 4D Farms, and I've already started cooking a meal, and I'm like, do I want a video or do I not? Do I just want to hurry up and get this meal going and sit down and eat, or do I want to just let y'all in on the fun? So I'm like, y'all won, so here we are, okay? And y'all, this is something I've never made before, but I was watching Pioneer Woman. This is her recipe, y'all. I'm just gonna try to make it, and if we like it, I'm experimenting, I'm playing. If we like it, I will definitely wind up making this when we get home, because over the summertime, I canned some roasted peppers. So if we like this, I'm going to be definitely making this when we get home, y'all. But this is just going along with the video before this one, yada yada yada, okay? This is just tonight's meal, and I'm like, you know what, let's just go ahead and do this. This is a roasted red pepper pasta. We're gonna try it, y'all, because I'm like, that is something I can do with my roasted peppers. Y'all, you can make a pasta sauce out of other things besides tomatoes. Hello? I'm gonna try it. You can make a pasta sauce out of roasted red peppers. Did you know that you can make a pasta sauce out of zucchini? It's gonna be a little greenish, kind of like a pesto, but yes, y'all, basically you're taking onions and garlic, minced garlic, which is what I'm doing right now in my pot. I am sauteing an onion and garlic in some butter in my pot. I've got the noodles of my choice fixing to start boiling. This is the jar of store-bought roasted red peppers, okay? And you basically take a vegetable, okay? If you want to learn how to make another pasta sauce, you basically take any kind of vegetable that you want. I'm doing roasted red peppers tonight, okay? And you're going to saute some onions and some minced garlic together. Let the onions get kind of roasty, caramelized, sweated down, okay? That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be looking for that consistency. Then you're going to add your vegetable. I'm using roasted red peppers. It's going to give it that roasted flavor, y'all. Or you can use another vegetable. You can use zucchini. You're going to take a fresh zucchini, okay? Or, y'all, I'm going to try making some probably later on using our frozen zucchini from our freezer when we get back home, okay? So, a vegetable of your choice. You cut it up really good, okay? And I'll explain why in a minute. And you cook those together, okay? When these gets done, I'm going to add that whole jar, okay? Because your vegetable and the onions and the minced garlic is going to make up the majority of your sauce, okay? So I'm going to add that whole jar. Okay, so you're going to add like your whole zucchini, your whole squash. You can use a butternut squash, y'all. This is something else I'm going to try when I get home. The wheels are turning, y'all. Okay, butternut squash. You're going to take it and you're going to saute all this up together until they get good and tender. This is why. Next, you're going to add in broth, chicken broth, vegetable broth, probably vegetable broth, hence, since you're doing a vegetable, okay? but I've got chicken broth on hand, y'all, so that's what I'm gonna be using. Okay, then heavy whipping cream. Okay, let's see. Heavy whipping cream. You can do half and half, okay, because you're gonna want this sauce thick. All right. Then what you're going to be doing is you are going to be blending it. I got to find a spatula. You're going to be blending it. I'm stirring as I'm talking, y'all. Let me turn y'all around. After you get your vegetables cooked tender, you're going to add your broth. You're going to add your cream, your salt, your pepper, your seasonings, whatever. I gotta stir this, y'all, because I don't want to set the alarm off in here. With this minced garlic. It is toasting up really good. The onions are getting good and toasty and sweated down. Okay, after you get done cooking all your vegetables up, let me get through this one more time. Cook all your vegetables. Add your broth. Add your cream. Let that simmer and incorporate for a while. Then you're going to transfer your sauce to a blender or food processor. Now be very careful trying to blend hot liquid or hot sauce, okay? Don't fill your blender or your food processor all the way full. Hot liquids will go, okay? And the minute that you put them in there, and you do not want to get burned. If you want to, let it cool off a little bit. Then put it in your food processor or your blender, and you're going to puree your sauce up. That's it. That's it. You can make a pasta sauce out of vegetables. Buy those ingredients and then cooking them all the way, those broths and that cream, and then blending it up in a blender. You're welcome. So this is what we're going to try tonight. Oh, y'all, that garlic is good and toasty. These onions, ow, are getting good and toasty. My noodles are boiling. All right, so I'm fixing to add these roasted peppers. Okay, y'all. Now, since we're on the road, I don't have a stand blender or a food processor, but I'm going to compromise, y'all. I'm going to improvise. I'm going to try this onion. Oh, that's good. I'm going to improvise, and I'm going to be using, this may not be a big enough pot. This is the biggest frying pan, y'all, they have. I wish they had a bigger one. I hope my sauce and my broth and everything's going to fit in here. I'll just have to take it easy. Okay, now, y'all, these are good and caramelized. Let me let y'all gander. Look at that. See that? Let's see if y'all can set up there. See if y'all can see. Noodles are boiling. All right, I'm going to add this whole thing of roasted peppers. It's going to sizzle a little bit. I think that was the skin of the onion. Okay, let's go there. We're going to stir this up. Now I'm going to let these cook and incorporate all together. Okay, so let me get back to my point I was making. I don't have my stand food processor or blender here like I have at home. So what I'm going to do is after I get my sauce all cooked, that good garlic off of there, I'm going to transfer this to a bigger bowl, and I'm going to use my immersion blender. If you don't have a stand mixer and you need to mix something up, you need to puree something up, use an immersion blender. Just make sure you put it in a big enough pot. And I may do that, y'all. I may, after the noodles boil, I may strain them and use this pot and pour my sauce over in that pot, because I'm going to have to use the frying pan. And then let my noodles hang out in the strainer. Pour my hot sauce over into there. Use my immersion blender and blend. See, I knew I'd started traveling with that thing for a reason. It comes in handy. All right, it's in our Amazon store too if you want to check it out. I love it. That's why my husband bought it for me. All right, so let's see what I can shift here. All right, we're going to continue to cook these. I want all these flavors. I want that garlic incorporating. Now, let's see. You can start adding any kind of seasonings. I'm going to add some salt. Pasta's fixing to boil over. I'm going to add salt. Oh, salt comes out faster than the pepper does. Pepper. Y'all, there is nothing like ground peppercorns before you get to the really fine powder. Y'all, we love peppercorns and doing it ourselves. I do it myself. Now, it takes forever for the pepper to come out. It doesn't come out as much as the salt does. So I don't want y'all to think I'm just like, I'm using so much pepper. This just don't come out as much as the other does. Okay, it just comes out in a teeny tiny little bit. Okay, now let's stir. I'm going to use this sauce pot because to go with this pasta tonight, y'all, I am just going to fry up some smoked sausage. I think those two flavors are going to intermingle really well. Okay, so I'm going to use up the rest of this cream first, though. Let me find my Italian seasoning. All right, y'all, I'm going to add my Italian seasonings just to give it a little bit of kind of pasty kind of flavor. All right, and then I'm just going to kind of like put like, this is kind of like a knockoff brand to Tony Chachere's. Just give it some kick. That's good. All right, stir this up. I hope this is going to hold all this, y'all. I may have to transfer this to this pot. Let me see how much room I've got after I add my broth, okay? All right, y'all. You're going to add about a cup of your broth. That was a 2-cup measuring cup. So we added about a cup of the broth. Stir that around. Y'all, I think I'm going to have to transfer pots already. I don't think it's going to hold all this, y'all. Okay, then you're going to add your cream. I'm going to finish using this cream up. There wasn't a whole lot left in there, was there? There wasn't a whole lot left in there, y'all. Oh, did you see that cream, how thick that was, y'all? And like I said, you can use half and half, y'all, if you want to. Now you're going to add your cream. You're going to use more cream than you are chicken broth. Trust me. Oh, y'all, I think I'm going to have to transfer pots. I'm going to let this simmer right here for a little bit, y'all. I'm going to let this simmer because, now you don't want it soupy. Because you want this, by the time you get all this blended together, you want it a pasta sauce, not a soup. But y'all, this is also how you make roasted red pepper soup. 2 uses out of that jar of roasted red peppers and cream and broth and onions and garlic. You can turn that into a soup just by adding more cream and broth. And then serving it with a grilled cheese, y'all. Or less liquid and having a thicker sauce for pasta sauce. Okay, so I can do either or with this. I am going to have to do some switcheroony here. So I can pour this over into there because this is kind of getting, you know, overflowing. So let me, and then by the time, and when I puree it up, I'll see if I need more liquid. See, you can play with it. So don't put too much liquid in it ahead of time, because if it's too thick, I can always add more liquid. Okay, if I haven't got enough in here right now, I can always add more when I'm blending it. Okay, but you can't take it away once you pour it all in there. So go gentle first. Okay, let me do a little switcheroony, okay? All right, y'all, I have done the switcheroony, okay? I have just, the noodles are hanging out over here, and then I'm going to let this finish simmering in here. And then hanging out, I've got my immersion blender ready. So, yeah, I'm gonna pair this just with some sausage tonight, y'all, smoked sausage. You can do andouille sausage. You can do, y'all, you can even do another meat and put it in your pasta, like a spaghetti if you want to. You can do some chicken thighs and bake them, chicken breasts, grill some chicken breasts, and then slice it up and put that on top of your pasta if you want to. Y'all, the possibilities are endless with this. So I'm just gonna let this hang out until it's ready to blend, okay? So I've got my next steps ready. Yeah, summer sausage, andouille sausage, kielbasa, whatever, okay? So let's just let this hang out here a minute, just simmer a little bit, get all them flavors incorporated, and then we're gonna set it aside, let it cool just a little bit, and then I'll show y'all how we're gonna blend this up, okay? All right, y'all, I've got the sausage going back here so we can get that going. This has cooked down some more, and it's cooled just a little bit. I'm going to try to go ahead and get my immersion blender out and start pureeing this up. Ooh, don't lift it up. Oh, I have to keep my finger on the button. I was wondering why it kept cutting off. I gotta keep my finger on the button. Let me continue to do this, y'all, and blend and puree this up until it all gets pureed. All right, y'all, that is all pureed up. Look at that. Look at that. Now, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna give this a little stir. And I'm gonna get a little taste test. I think this is the kind of consistency that I want, y'all. A good pasta. It's not too soupy. This is kind of like what I want it to look like, okay? So, let me get y'all up here. And I'm gonna spoon me out a little bit. Noodles are done, sausage is done. I wanna taste test this to see if I need any more seasonings, or if I need some more broth, or if I need some more whatever, okay? So, I'm gonna get me out some. We're gonna taste test this. That's hot. Can y'all see? You can't see, okay? It smells good, I know that. Okay. Oh, y'all. Y'all, that's awesome. Thank you, Pioneer Woman. That's awesome, y'all. I like that consistency. I like that, y'all, that smokiness and the caramelization of the onions, and then the browning of the minced garlic and those roasted peppers. Just put it all right there. I like this. This is something, this gives me an extra thing I can do with my peppers that we grew in the garden. I roasted them, I canned them, I showed y'all how I did that. This gives me something else to do with those roasted peppers, y'all. And not only that, y'all, I use the roasted peppers in my husband's egg bites. He loves the roasted peppers chopped up in his egg bites. Y'all, This is awesome. It doesn't need any more cream and it doesn't need any more broth. Those two join together with your vegetables makes your broth, your soup and your pasta. Just depends on how much you add as to which one you want. We learned something new tonight, y'all. See? Told you, you can teach an old dog new tricks. Y'all, this is awesome. Okay, I'm going to plate this up and I'll tell you what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to throw the pasta over into here, the noodles, and we're going to stir all this up and I'm going to plate it and let you see what it looks like on the plate, okay? Now, some of this summer sausage is going to go in my husband's breakfast too. So, we're going to get tonight's meal. He's going to get a serving for lunch, and then I'm going to put some of this summer sausage in with his breakfast. So, we're getting supper, a lunch, and some breakfast out of that summer sausage, okay? So, y'all, I'm going to plate this up and I'll let you see what it looks like. All right, y'all, there it is, plated up. I'm sorry, y'all, the lighting doesn't do any justice to how pretty this dish is. Now, I saw on the recipe, there is shaved Parmesan cheese. And y'all, that either goes in the sauce when it's simmering and let the Parmesan cheese melt. You can either add it into the pasta while it's cooking and simmering, or you can save it and sprinkle on top just like I did. Y'all, I'm fixing to chow down. I'm so excited. I love finding more ways to use my home canned things at home. And I knew there was going to be a reason besides just wanting to can some up and using my husband's egg bites. And for cooking, I'm like, there's got to be another use for these roasted peppers. And there's got to be another use for some of my vegetables. We're going to do some more cooking when I get home, y'all. And we're going to try and experiment with some more recipes and some more food and just play with our food, y'all. I feel like a little kid. Okay, we're going to play with our food. But right now, I'm fixing to shove this in my face because I'm hungry. And I hope y'all have learned something. Go try it. Let me know how it works for you. If you do, come back and tell me in the comments how it worked for you and how you liked it, or if you didn't, okay? I will see y'all in the next video.